You are getting plus money if the Jets stay and pick at 10 for all draft choices. Thoughts on this? So what is it? I guess the Jets can stay at 10. There's a bet as far as if the Jets stay at 10. Is that what I'm reading here, Matt?
I'm trying to. So you're getting plus money if the Jets stay and pick at 10 for all draft choices. So he's saying there's no odds-on favorite for.
I gotcha.
Number 10. Brock Bowers is the favorite, but he's still plus money with that selection, which at this point I think makes sense because it shows you how many options are really available for the Jets. They could go Bowers, they could go receiver, they could go offensive line. It's not like, I don't know, guys earlier in the draft, like Caleb Williams is probably minus some insane number.
Minus 20,000, I think, is what the pick was.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Like the Jets aren't going to have someone like that. They're not going to even have someone who's like minus 150. There's just too many options for them.
I would bet after number 10 too, that probably switches to a lot of different, like every team after that's going to have plus numbers for everything. Like I don't think it's a lock that any team behind us has a minus 100 or a minus 2.
Yeah. There's so many variables because the more picks there are, the more chances there are for someone to come off the board. So it makes it a lot harder to handicap it.
Yeah, it's one of those compounding kind of like, oh, you multiply this by this, and then this by this, and this by this, and it just explodes at the end of it. Phil comes in. Phil says, Matt, Ryan, Greenbean, where do you see Bowers going? Now, I do hope that someone trades in front of us for Bowers. And it's not that I don't want Bowers. I'd be totally stoked on the pick. But I think if that were the case, we're either getting like Joe Alt or wide receiver 3. I think. Now, or there's a quarterback there, and then I feel like we could trade out. But then also if there's a quarterback there, then probably the Bears are trading out, and then, whatever. But I'm going to say it's the Jets probably. It's the favorite right there. Matt, what do you think? Where do you think Bowers ultimately ends up going?
If it's not the Jets, Indianapolis is going to be my prediction.
Greenbean, what about you?
Well, I'll tell you what. I think Odunze, Bowers, or Alt are going to be there. You know what I mean? Like it's just one of those guys you're going to have. So if you're staying at 10, one of those guys is going to land at 10. So if it's Bowers, I actually agree with Ryan. I think the Jets have no hesitations when it comes to drafting him as that offensive weapon that that we're looking to wide receiver to provide, because I think he can be moved around like that, and I think that the Jets, if he's there at 10, I think that's where he ends up. He ends up being our guy. I'd be a touch disappointed, but not really. It's not the guy I want. But I wouldn't be, I'd be okay with it, and I would be, it would take me only a few minutes to get really psyched about it. I think, like Matt said, I actually do think that where there's smoke, there's fire with the Colts thing. So, if it's not us, I could see the Colts, coming to get him.
What's up, guys? Matt O'Leary from Talkin' Jets. If you liked that video, please make sure to subscribe and follow for more New York Jets content.